ยาว
Ooh, look at that gush. So too.
Yo.